This call is being recorded.
Yeah. All right. This is Brother Hatem. We're about to get it started. Now, first, I'm going to go and find y'all a link so that I can make sure that y'all are able to see the principles or the Proverbs that I'm going to be working with today. So give me a second as I get warmed up. I'd like to thank everybody that's tuning in live or not live. Hopefully you're alive, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you're alive. But what I'm trying to do right now is go to the Hangout. I'm already in the Hangout, but I need to go to, here we go, boom. No, don't want that. That's my altar stage. What is that? Okay. Yeah, that's the book. I ain't want that. I'm sorry. Give me another second. I know y'all like, brother, I think you should have been ready. I was born ready. I can read it, but I want to make sure you can read it. I'm trying to make sure you can get what you need. So we're going to get down into the Proverbs and the quotes. Regardless of who joins or who doesn't join, I'm cool. But we are on day 54. And once again, those people that have been joining me, I want to greatly thank you. I truly appreciate it. But I was looking at my numbers the other day, and it's not tribal quotes that is turning out. It's not the tribal quotes that's turning out. The one that's turning out and doing a real good job of turning out is Give Yourself Permission. Now, I haven't dealt with. Okay, I want to say a shout out to Sister Sheila because she's sending in a message saying she can't make it. And I greatly appreciate at least her thinking about the show. Because there's some good information to come out of this because it's not just me talking now. Usually it is just me talking, but the piece that I'm trying to do is to get people to start doing that wisdom mining. Understand that when wisdom mining is going on, you be surprised when you find pockets of crystallized wisdom inside your soul. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people want to be free, but they don't want to do the damn work to be free. They just doing lip service. They don't want to do the work to be free. But in order really to be free, free is not easy. Free is not free. You understand what I'm saying? Free requires a payment, a true libation, blood, sweat, and tears. If you're not willing to give that, stop talking that free shit. If you're not willing if you're not willing to die, then you're not willing to go to war. If you're not willing to die, you're not willing to be free. Because sometimes that's what it takes. But I just want to make sure that everything is taping. I got other people calling in or listening, I don't know, but we're about to get into it. The one piece I love about putting this up on Google Docs, because I use a lot of Google stuff, as y'all know. The one thing I love about using Google Docs is that they got research on the side. So when I pull a page from my book that I wrote in Google Docs, right, I can look on the side and I can find information about what it is I'm looking up. Oh, right? So we can go through the history of Victor Hugo. If I had somebody on here who was handling the business or I had an assistant, they'd be able to be like, well, hey, let's talk about a little bit about Victor Hugo. Well, who was Victor Hugo? And why was this quote worth putting in the book? See, when I put the book together, what I was doing was I was receiving quotes from other people. I was looking up quotes, and I was looking up things because I was going through a whole new time in my life. When I first wrote this book, I just had got married, and that's that's a whole new spin on life. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you just been living and it's just been, you've been able to handle business with you. Now, I always had a whole bunch of kids, but I was never really, I guess I had to be there for my kids, but I never really looked at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Marriage brought a whole new twist on everything. So I needed to keep myself up. So I figured that since I'm going through this stuff, I might as well find a way to share. So I started sharing it with some of the young people in a drug and alcohol group that I was working with. And when I started putting it on the board for them, the first statement that came out, the very first statement in the very first class that came out was, "What the hell?" You know what I'm saying? And since they started off with that, I called these sessions "What the hell" sessions. But eventually I had to change the name because, of course, you know, when you're dealing with young people, you can't necessarily say "what the hell." But the reason I liked the name was because the young man didn't say "what the hell" to be disrespectful. The young man said "what the hell" because as we start talking about the proverb, as we start talking about the quote, he had to go somewhere that he has never had to go before. You know what I'm saying? He had to go deeper. You see what I'm saying? When we talking about self-mastery, when we talk about doing this warrior thing, right? And if you want to be, I mean, because now we got the, now I want to distinguish the difference between a soldier and a warrior. There's a difference between a cannon fodder and special forces, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all, whether y'all know it or not, y'all cannon fodder. What's cannon fodder? I learned this from Normal X. Cannon fodder were the individuals that that generals or commanders will put in front of the troops, in front of the more important troops, and they would send a cannon fodder out first. See, they call them cannon fodder because they could spare them to the cannons. They could spare them to the bullets. They could catch all the bullets and give those experienced, those dedicated warriors, those dedicated soldiers, those special forces, give them the opportunity, give them enough time to get close enough to get their hands on the enemy. Some of y'all cannon fodder. Some of y'all is just being put out here to catch bullets. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even know that. Y'all, you know, y'all talking this thug, this thug thing. Y'all talking this spirituality thing. Y'all talk, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got a little bit of knowledge, just a little bit here, a little bit there. But because you don't go deeper with it, because you don't get the what the hell moment, you know what I'm saying? You stay cannon fodder. And being cannon fodder, you know what I'm saying, means guarantees that you will not be able to have a long, happy life. You may have a long, miserable life. You may have a long, miserable life where you're physically crippled or mentally crippled or emotionally crippled. You know what I'm saying? Or intuitionally crippled. You know what I'm saying? But in some form of fashion, you are going to be wounded in life because somebody else, because you have not taken the time to think deeper about your life, somebody else has taken it upon themselves, Now, I need you to be clear about this. They have taken it upon themselves to make sure that you, right, that you are cannon fodder. They are putting you in their strategy for their success. And you are up at the front line, so you can catch one of those cannonballs or some of that shot that sprays out from the cannon. You know what I'm saying? So that the real people that's working real hard won't have to catch that. They can get close enough so they can get in tight with the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, you know, a lot of those battles ended up in hand-to-hand combats because they, unlike today, they didn't have cartridges with 50 bullets, 32 bullets up in them. No, they had to reload by hand. So if you weren't quick enough to reload, after you got your first shot off, you know what I'm saying, that gave your enemy a couple of seconds to advance. You know what I'm saying? In some cases, might have had a whole minute to advance, depending on how nervous or how cold the troops were. You know what I'm saying? And in that first round of shots that you got, all the cannon fodder will fall. Shaka Zulu did the same thing. He did the same thing. He would put out the weakest. He would put out those that were scared. He would put out surviving enemy troops. He would force them in front and march them out. He would march them out in large numbers to fight the enemy. As the enemy started defeating them, because their heart wasn't in the battle, because they never had that aha moment. I'm here for this, right? They're on the battlefield, but their mind's somewhere else. They're on the battlefield, but their emotions somewhere else. They're on the battlefield, but their spirit's somewhere else. They're on the battlefield, but their intuition is somewhere else. So they get slaughtered. And as the enemy starts slaughtering, and these cannon fodder troops, we see that they're getting slaughtered, they will automatically start running, and the enemy will pursue, not knowing that behind the curves, behind the cannon fodder, were the real ones. And they will run into a wall of death. All right. So we are on day 54 of tribal quotes. I will be posting up on all of my social networks where you can get the book. The book is on sale as a Kindle book for 99 cents. And I think that if you join the Amazon lending library or the Kindle lending library, you can get the book for free. You know, I'm like, wow, I'm giving away books. Amazon got $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? And I got to give away my book. You know what I'm saying? But if people going to read it and you want to join, I'm trying to give you a way where you can get the book. It's electronic, though. You know what I'm saying? I like having the book in my hand. But, hey, I accept electronics, too. You know what I'm saying? Because in a minute, I'm going to do some audio books. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to take me a little bit of time. But, yo, we on day 54. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's see. Let's see if anybody joined me while I was running my mouth. No, it's just Brother Hatim. It's just Brother Hatim. All right, so I got it up so you can see. So I'm going to go on out of here, go back to the main screen. So, day 54. All right. All the forces in the world are not so powerful as an idea whose time has come. Victor Hugo. Everybody want to start texting me while the show going on. Y'all need to be on the show. How about that? All right. Next. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. Buddha. Wow. That's nice. And this is the African proverb, because I always try to finish with the African proverbs. The reason two antelopes walk together is so that one can blow the dust out of the eye of the other. Incredible thoughts. Incredible thoughts. Good. Oh. I'm doing my show. Hey, so you got more? Alright, so everybody start coming along when I'm doing my show, yo. But hey, it's a beautiful thing. The power's on, everything is going. So now let's look at these. Let's look at these proverbs. Let's look at these quotes. Alright. I'm gonna say the African one for last, because that one we really need right now. But all forces in the world are not so powerful as an idea whose time has come. Now, I want you to truly think about that. Now, who decides when it's an idea's time? Especially when it comes to your life. Who decides this? You know what I'm saying? And once you decide that it's your idea's time, according to this quote, there's nothing that can stop your idea except the person that generated the idea. All forces in the world. You know what I'm saying? Now, but what's powerful about that is that you are in the world, but you are the one that's generating the idea. Somebody just joined me. Who is that?
Traci, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. The world can hear you now, girl. What's going on?
I've been trying to get in on this call. I thought I was doing it and wasn't.
You had to push a button. They had you on hold?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you was checking out my man's music?
No, I didn't get nothing. It was just blank. It just said I was on the call, but I didn't hear nothing.
Okay, so you hung up and called back?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on for 1 second. Can you see the screen?
I see the screen.
All right, do you see day 54?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's what we on. Hold on for 1 second. All right. So now, as soon as I start my show, I got people texting me. My pops come to the door. He jumping off. I mean, I got so many strawberries over here. I'm about to make me a smoothie after I get off of this. You know, maybe I might get my pops to say a couple words before he roll out. But anyway, so Miss Traci, we talking about these proverbs, right? We're breaking these proverbs down. We're doing what's called wisdom mining. So right now I'm looking at the first one. All the forces in the world are not so powerful as an idea whose time has come, right?
Uh-huh.
My question is, who decides? Who decides when is an idea's time?
Oh, that's a good question.
You know, because this dude, he's giving us a key. He's saying all the forces in the world are not so powerful as an idea whose time has come. But then we have to decide on who. See, because right now, we most of us in our lives, we're trapped in an idea that other people determines when an idea time comes. You know what I'm saying? Somebody decided that it was personal computers time. Somebody decided that it was cell phones time. Somebody decided these things, right?
Right.
So the question I'm asking is, who decided it? Who made the decision? Who made the OG call to change the face of the world? Did you hang up on me, girl?
I'm still here. I mean, but that's a good question because it's like it's many ideas that we come up with, you know, and then as far as it seems like sometimes when you try to execute them, they don't quite work out.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a good question to kind of know when the idea is ready to be, you know, well enough to be executed.
Because now I'm going back to the basic piece. All the forces in the world are not so powerful as an idea whose time has come. Who decides who can decide when one of your ideas one of your ideas time? Who makes that decision?
Me.
So if you are able to make that decision and you can say that it's your idea's time, regardless of all the obstacles, because you know it's going to be obstacles, because when you first come with an idea, people say you crazy. You know that, right?
Right. Einstein, right.
Right. Then, if you don't give in, eventually they start saying, well, you know, she could be right. And then in the final analysis, you know what they'd be saying?
Joining me.
No, yeah, they'd be saying, man, I told her she was onto something good.
Gaining credit.
Right, yeah, I knew it. I knew she was a genius. You see what I'm saying? And the point is, we decide that. And I think with this proverb, with this quote, with the homeboy is trying to make sure we understand. At least for me, what I'm pulling from it is, if I decide that it's my idea's time, yeah, I might get some setbacks. Yeah, I might get slowed down. But if it's truly, and I truly believe that it's my idea's time, then
what will keep you from it?
Nothing can keep me from it. Nothing can keep me from bringing the idea to reality but me. The obstacles are not even really obstacles. Most of the time they're opportunities. You know what I'm saying? The obstacles are making me stronger. They're making me better. They're making me wiser. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us, we give up on our own ideas. We give up on our own visions. We quit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We give up. We give up the ghost. We do this as individuals and we do this as groups. As a matter of fact, African Americans have been giving up the ghost for about 400 years now. Because we constantly stay in the same situation, and then we allow people to come to us alive and say, oh, it's so much better than they used to be.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so much better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're not getting beat with whips on your back. You don't have chains on you, but you just can't go nowhere.
Yeah, you got, because the chains is on your mind. You still have the chains. They're just not visible to the eye.
Oh yeah, they're very visible. Try to read Columbus, Traci. Oh, them chains are visible. You know what I'm saying? It's called lack of resources to do any goddamn thing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, the chains are on us. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we might not be able, but we can see the clear physical effects. Don't go to that job, right? You see the whip. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't decided that it's our idea. You know what I'm saying? All the forces in the world are not so powerful as an idea. We have not set it an idea in our minds and in our children's minds that we are going to do what it takes for us to be free. And because we give up the ghost, and because we fall for these food errands, you know what I'm saying? They switch and bait us. We think we're getting freedom, but what we really get is integration. You know what I'm saying? We fall short. You know, a lot of people, it's incredible, man, because the issue is, man, we rob ourselves all the time. And that's what we got to stop. That's what we got to stop. I want to welcome Sister Avonne. Thank you for joining us. Man, see, I knew this Uber call stuff would work. I can't hear you, Avonne. You talking? Oh, you just listening? Yeah. All right, cool. She just listening. So, all right, you got anything else you want to say on that one?
No.
All right. So, we killed that one. Knocked it out the field. Blah! You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. The Buddha. That's some deep shit.
Read it again.
The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. That's the whole that's the ghetto. That right there, man, the only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. You know, like when you used to get popped when you was a kid, and they'd be like, you know better than that.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's like a lot of us surrender. A lot of us surrender doing the best for doing just enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I mean, because it was somebody had a little post going on about the way things were when we were younger, and it reminded me of it was a session that we had where we were talking about how at one point, one parent. Well, wait a minute. The whole family kind of worked at home, and kind of like the garden type thing. Like they worked together or in the farm, whatever. And then it was one parent would go out, you know what I'm saying, and so that other parent would stay home and teach the kids until it got to the point where it was both parents are away from the home now to make to be able to survive or make things work out. And so what happened was, in the midst of those transitions, those family values start depleting or lessening. And okay, when you come in from school, you sit down, do your homework,
right?
Go outside,
right?
Parents ain't at home. They saying you got to stay in anyway. So then it's another situation. It's not like it used to be, basically. So
we're not doing the best.
Right.
We're not doing the best we know.
Right.
We're doing just enough to survive because it's like this. By us not focusing on because this is what's crazy, right? By us not really focusing on our children, right, far as their education, not just the school shit, you know what I'm saying, but doing stuff like we doing on the side on Saturdays. By us not giving our children the best, because really we do need somebody at home with our kids. One of the things that I was truly blessed with was that as I got older, I ended up moving in with my grandma. See, when I moved in with my grandma was always at home, so my grandma kept me out of shit. I couldn't go home and do nothing. I remember I brought a girl home to my grandmama's house, and we went down the basement, and she was sitting on my lap, and I thought I could hear my grandma coming down the stairs because she was kind of heavy. But for some reason, my grandma went into ninja mode and jumped up from behind because she had shit hanging up in the basement, like sheets and stuff. You know how the old folks do it. She had to hang it up because she couldn't take it outside. She had to hang it up. She jumped from behind and she said, "What you doing?" And I'm like, wow, because I think about if I wouldn't live with my grandmother at those times in high school, you know what I'm saying, I would still be stuck in Akron, Ohio right now. If I wasn't put in a situation where I had my grandmother always there with me. You understand what I'm saying? Looking out for me. You know what I'm saying? So the piece of we need somebody around our kids 24/7. It don't have to be the parents, because the one piece we lost is that communal living style. Because I lived with my grandparents off and on for my whole damn life. Me, my sister, and my mother. You know what I'm saying? And my cousins and my uncles. We all had one house that we, in a sense, would live in and take turns living in. You know what I'm saying? The hard times, or because I just wanted to be there. But we always need somebody around there. And by us not investing that time in our kids and giving them that structure, we rob them of their future. Because we are failing to do our best for them. We're doing just enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I could dig this one. You know what I'm saying? In many ways in our lives, in our careers, you know what I'm saying? Many of us are pursuing the education we need to pursue. Many of us are not pursuing the careers we need to pursue. Many of us are not starting those businesses we need to start because we're doing just enough. Just enough. And just enough is failure because you're not doing your best. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, what's up, Mark?
What's up, big bro?
How you doing?
I'm blessed, man.
Where you at now?
I'm in Atlanta.
You in Atlanta? I seen the post that you moved to Atlanta. What made you want to move to Atlanta, man?
Man, got a good opportunity.
All right. Don't sign that without me. Let me see that shit.
Say that again.
Don't sign that without letting me see that shit.
You know, you the first person I'm gonna call.
Alright, I'm just letting you know, because everybody trying, there's a lot of fuckery going on down. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fuckery in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Male and female fuckery. You know what I'm saying? That's a fuckery capital. Now, I'm sorry, this is supposed to be my clean show. I ain't supposed to be cussing on this show. But I'm kind of concerned. But you alright down there?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm well taken care of, man. I'm all right.
All right. So the proverb we're working on right now is the only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. Hopefully you can see it on the screen.
Kind of.
Yeah, like it's a line of us. Like all of us is at the bottom, so we can't see that proverb all the way.
Oh, you know why you can't see it too? Because I ain't uploaded up on Uber, and I'm scared to go to Uber because I might mess something up. All right, but I should be able to go to Uber and upload. So I just read it so y'all can read it because we only got one more to go because I ain't going to hold y'all up all night, because these proverbs, this is wisdom mining. Get your wisdom. You know what I'm saying? If you are not doing your best, you're basically failing. So every time you hit that mic, Mark, you got to leave. You got to die in there. You got to die in that booth. You know what I'm saying? Traci, every time you get in front of those kids up that board, you know what I'm saying? You got to die up there. You know what I'm saying? Every time I do this show, I got to leave I got to leave. I got to die. You know what I'm saying? Avonne, every time you crack those books and start doing those numbers, you got to leave it all there, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not doing your best, the only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. Most of us have we sold ourselves short. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not living to the best we know. We're not doing that. We're not being true to ourselves. We're not being true to the best we know because we know we can do better. We know we can do better in our relationships. We know we can do better in our financial situation. We know we can do better in the political shit that we got going on in this country. We know we can be doing community-wise. We can be doing better community-wise. So in a lot of ways, we have dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying? And now, y'all know, we can no longer blame the older generation. I'm already, once y'all hit 30, you're responsible for all the stuff that goes on. So welcome to the club. All of y'all are over 30, so we're about to get on. Let's move to the last one. Let's see. Do it like that.
You know what the heck I was getting
on? Go back. So the last one reads, I like this one. The reason two antelopes walk together is so that one can blow the dust out the eye of the other. That's an African proverb. Did y'all get that one?
Yeah.
The reason two antelopes walk together is so that one can blow the dust out of the eye of the other. Y'all got it?
Yeah. Two heads are better than one. What I might see, maybe you don't. So I could kind of like let you see my vision and vice versa. So y'all kind of work together. Would that be fine?
Word.
Have each other's back.
Have each other's back. Okay. We would drop. Go ahead. I'm listening to Mark.
You know what I'm saying? The law of the land at the end of the day sometimes is for self, so sometimes you could be using that person, you know what I'm saying, to see and do what you can't.
Word. Like he said, two heads are better than one. The reason two antelopes walk together is so that one can blow the dust out of the eye of the other. Now, check this out. Why would the antelopes need to make sure all their eyes was clear of dust?
So they can see where they're going.
Not only see where they're going, but to see what else.
Predators.
Well, you're damn right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We need to pick this way. we need this one in our community, yo. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of dust in people's eyes, so we don't see. And we got this rule where we don't even talk about some of the predators we got going on, some of the predatory behaviors that we got going on in our community.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of predatory behavior going on in our community. We got predators on the outside, and the worst part is we got predators on the inside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that connects back up to the proverb we just did. You know what I'm saying? We know better. I mean, because we're not holding up to what we know best. What is it? The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. By us allowing these predators, we're not living our truth. We are not living to the best we know. We know it could be better than that. You know what I'm saying? That's why with a lot of the young girls that's in the circle, man, I'm really looking out for them, because I'll be damned if we have another generation of women, at least that I'm around, that are going to be violated by some of these foul ass motherfuckers, man. I'm not having that. Now, this is supposed to be my clean show. I'm just saying that right now, you know, because like I said, I honestly believe that the only ones that's going to set us free is the women. When we get the women straight, the men is going to come along. You know what I'm saying? So I'm blowing the dust up out these little girls' eyes, and mamas, y'all better be blowing the dust up out their eyes and letting them know what the predators look like, what they smell like, what they feel like. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to prepare those that are, because they coming up into leadership. Now the young boys, we still gonna protect them, but we already invested large amounts of money and large amounts of time in them. We done blowed all the dust out their eyes, and we done protected them so much that they out here running around acting crazy. We got 4 homicides in the last? No, we got 5 homicides by 16 and younger in Columbus, Ohio. Y'all know about that, right?
No.
Oh my God! Oh, these little young boys out here killing. They're on some savagery. You know what I'm saying? It's like we had a 16-year-old. I guess he broke into a house. He shot 4 people, murdered 4. 1 survived. Then we had another 16-year-old peeking into a window. He saw 2 girls and he shot them. He was trying to shoot their cousin. He ended up shooting the 2 girls. One of them died, and the other one is seriously hurt. You know what I'm saying? So we got these boys out here just running around here doing crazy stuff. So we got a lot of work to do. But one, we made it through all the Proverbs, and we only really supposed to do one, but I ain't never really had people joining me. Anybody got anything they want to say about any of the Proverbs or anything else? Because I won't hold y'all up too long.
No, I don't.
No, I'm good.
Y'all good?
Yep.
All right, so I'll be doing Freestyle Friday the same way. No, I don't know, because I got to play some music. Mark, I need
some tracks.
Yeah, send me some tracks.
What's the email again?
I email it to you.
Text it to me.
Yeah. Text it.
Okay.
So I'm about to hang up, and one, I want to thank all of y'all for taking the time for doing this. I'm doing folk tales on Tuesday. I'm doing Proverbs on Wednesdays, and of course Freestyle Fridays. I got the Saturday group as well, and we taping them all. So I want to thank y'all for checking it out. And with that, I'm going to say peace.
All right, peace, bro.